Hi, my name is Dan Bull and this is Brody. Today we're going to be giving you a overview of the front bumper on my pickup here. It's a 2019 Ram 1500. The bumper is a Ranchhand Midnight Series bumper. I bought the bumper in August and it's the beginning of May now. So I just want to kind of go over some of the pros and cons that I've noticed with this thing. So one good thing about this bumper is it will hold a beer. But in all seriousness, the bumper is a very sturdy bumper. It weighs about 200 pounds. So now overall, I really do think that this is a well-made product. It's a terribly finished product. We'll get into that. But the bumper itself, I mean, this thing, it's sturdy. It's got a pretty nice design. It's very sleek looking. I'll get some different angles of it and I'll show you. Now, I am not the least bit concerned about hitting a deer with this thing. You know, I live in Wisconsin, and that's why you have these bumpers in Wisconsin, is there's deer and you hit them. So when you figure a new truck like this, the cost difference of rebuilding the front end versus, you know, making an investment and spending, you know, $1,700–1,800 on a bumper, I'd rather just spend the money once rather than rebuild the truck twice. So we'll get into some of the nitty gritty here on the thing, and I'll show you. This just kind of bugs me a little bit, is this bumper. This is pulled out all the way. You can't pull it forward any more than it already is. In fact, the passenger side is a little bit worse. You know, it just kind of messes with the shape of the wheel well. So between me and my dad, we've had 7 Ranchhand bumpers between our trucks, and it's been even the rears, but especially the fronts. The powder coat on these things is just horrible. Just, you know, they make a really nice sturdy bumper and then they finish it off with just this. They'd be better off sending them out raw metal and let you paint it yourself. Honest to God. So on the earlier ones that we've had, it's been a glossy powder coat, you know, much harder powder coat. And what they put on this, it's kind of like a more flattish powder coat, or I'm not even 100% sure that's powder coat, but whatever it is, it's garbage. So I put this bumper on the truck and it rained the next day. The next day I came out and the bumper already had surface rust coming through. Now, it's like I said, the bumper has been on the truck since August and it's May. So it's been through one Wisconsin winter. Now, mind you, I drive a company vehicle, so I don't put a lot of miles on my personal vehicles. So it didn't see as much salt as it would a normal truck in this area. I'm just going to kind of do an overview. Now that you can't blame on them, that's metal that I cut out. You know, and then you even got all these big bubbles that are discolored. All of our other bumpers, with the exception of this one, we've had sandblasted and sent out and actually got powder coated and they held up fine. So, I don't know, to me that really bothers me that they do that. Being a 2019, it came with 6 front sensors. You can see this one I just got zip tied here for right now. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, they only made cutouts for 4 of them. So, you know, it's well within my abilities to take a hole saw and cut a hole. Finding this right size bushing has been or grommet has been a pain in the butt. I haven't found it. And what I honestly find is I don't like them front sensors alarming all the time when you're driving through tall grass or there's snow. So I'm just going to take and clip those zip ties back and zip tie it underneath the truck so that I'm not going to use them anyhow. But if you design a bumper specifically for a truck, you'd think you'd have the right number of sensor holes. One thing that I did to this bumper myself is, if I can get an angle on it, I cut out that piece there so that it would clear a winch, and I just put in a cheap, it's a Harbor Freight, it's a Badlands winch. I made up, what it is a Harbor Freight winch bracket, and then I made a plate that tied the frame in together, runs all the way across. I don't know if I can pick any of this up, but tied the whole front of the frame together so that way if you do hit something you're a little bit extra protected. And then that's all tied into the bumper also, right into the bumper mounts, right up in there. Now these shackles, these are galvanized shackles, and that's just something I rattle canned on there. I just bolted it on with carriage bolts. So would I buy this bumper again or recommend somebody to buy this bumper? The short answer is yeah, I think I would. The build quality is very good. You know, that this is a sturdy bumper. It's gonna take a hit, and I guarantee it. But the coating on it is horrible, and it's gonna fail. So if you buy it, just buy it with the knowledge that you're gonna end up wanting to take it in and get it sandblasted and painted right off the bat. You know, don't wait until you put it on the truck like I did, and 10 months later you got a newish truck with a rusty bumper on the front. So just off things that you may want to know ahead of time before buying, or if you're thinking about buying. I hope this helped you in some way. Oh, you don't